Hello, my name is Anurag Kumar and I am a data science and business analyst intern at the Sparks Foundation. This is my first task, which is prediction using supervised machine learning. So in this task, we have to predict the percent scored between the numbers of our student studies and the marks he or she gets. We will start by implementing these following steps, which are importing the dataset, then visualizing the dataset, data preparation, then we will train the algorithm, then we will visualize the model, then we will make prediction and compare it to the actual results, then we will evaluate the model. First of all, we will need to import all the libraries required. So the libraries we are importing are pandas, numpy, matplotlib. Here we are bringing the data into the Jupyter notebook. The data is in the form of a URL, so we are using pt.read underscore csv and the URL. Here we can see the data. It consists of numbers of hours and scores. We can clearly see that if a person studies for, let's just say, 8.9 hours, he or she generally scores good. We can look for things like data shape, size and the dimension. We should also look for the null values in the data. So df is null and we will sum it, and here we can see there is no null value, so we can proceed further. In case we had any null values, we will use the drop function to drop those null values, and here we can describe the data and we can get the count, mean, standard deviation values. Now coming to the visualization part, here we will make the use of a matplot library. We will plot x-axis as hours and y-axis as scores. We will use this style and color red and a marker size of 10. We will also define the size, like the amount of area in which the diagram is to be shown as 16:9, as we can see the graph more clearly. From the graph above, we can clearly see that there is a positive linear relationship between the numbers of hours studied and the percentage scored. We can use the linear regression supervised machine model on it to predict the further values, and also we can check the correlation, and a correlation value of 9.7 is a very good value. Next, we will prepare the data. Define the data into attributes and labels. After that, we will split the data into two parts: testing part and training part. Here we are dividing the data into x and y, and after that we need to import another library called sklearn. It is used for training and testing purposes, so I forgot to install it at the top. I'm installing it here, and here we will split the data into two parts: test size and train size, and we will keep the test size at 20%. So now we will bring the linear regression model from sklearn and we will use it to train the data. Now we will use the trained data to be plotted on a graph, and from the linear regression model we can see a graph with a green line, which is the line of linear regression. The more the markers are close to the line, the better it is at predicting the data. And here we can visualize the test data also, and now at the prediction part we have to train our algorithm. In this we will be use that y predict is equal to model x predict x text, which is these values, and compare them with the actual results. We can see the difference is not very much. So here if you can see that the actual value was 62 and the predicted value was 60, which is reasonably accurate. Now it's time to answer the question which is asked in the task, which is, if a student studies for 9.25 hours, how much score he can score, or if a student studies for 9.25 hours, he or she will score a very good marks of 93%. Also, we will need to evaluate the model. The final step is to evaluate the performance of the algorithm. This step is particularly important to compare how well different algorithms perform on a particular test. For simplicity here, we have chosen the mean square and R2 square. Here are the mean square absolute results and R2 square, and the task is complete. Thank you.